stay over there. Or I put your back like hair.
We got 0121 in the building. Lady Leshurr, what's happening?
So much, like literally when you asked that I was like, what is actually happening? So much, man.
Yeah,
so much.
Like, it's funny because I remember speaking to you at the end of last year and you were saying 2015 was the best year of your career so far, thinking that the year before that in 2014 you was thinking about quitting. So this year, how does this year compare to 2015?
This year is I'm always gonna say 2015 has been my best year. Like it's been a year that I've enjoyed as well. It's not even about the success. I've enjoyed the journey, but I think like this year is I'm learning new things and getting so much things in order and prioritizing. How do you say it? Prioritizing. I'm prioritizing a lot more and being a bit more structured. I can't explain it, but it's a struggle, ain't gonna lie. It's a struggle to be on point all the time now because you have to be, you know. So, yeah.
Game time.
Yes,
but I can see the growth though. I can see it in your eyes that like there was times when we spoke and you kind of wasn't as confident and you wasn't as sure, but now you're just glowing. Like, are you feeling
that's
like
mad.
are you feeling so, I don't want to say confident, but you just feeling so in your place that you need to be at the moment?
I think when we last had that interview, not the last one, you know, the very first one, I was still very, very insecure and wasn't confident. I'd look on the floor, would have no eye contact. But I think like preparing for the Queen's speech last year and just getting it out and stuff, before I could even do that, I had to find myself and being comfortable in myself and not care about what other people thought. And that's what I was doing a lot, man. Sometimes I'd jump on YouTube, look at the comments and just be like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore. And that's just off one opinion, but that's what it would do. And that's why I don't follow anyone on Instagram. I don't know if I've mentioned that before to you, but you subconsciously start to think, oh, you need those things because that person has it. And then it start making you feel away. So I think I had to just push myself away from everyone and just get to know me as a person. And now it's like I don't care what people think. Like I can just chill like this, and you know, I don't care. I'm not like, I'm so happy with how I feel. I'm comfortable in my skin. Yeah, I think
that's a wonderful thing.
Can
you remember, I don't know if we spoke about this before, but can you actually remember the point when you decided to go with the Queen's Speech series? Like, you done the first one, you're like, you know what, I'm going to go with this as a series. Do you remember that point?
Well, the whole project was already planned from the year before, so I didn't know how many I wanted to do, but I knew exactly the concept, the banter, you know, getting the cultural relevance in there and the media, like everything. I knew what I wanted to do, and I think that's why it's become so successful, because I planned for once. I never used to plan anything. I'll just throw out songs here and there and people are like, oh yeah, you're so consistent. And when I think about when people used to say that to me, I'm just like, I wasn't. Because if I was consistent, I would know exactly what I'm doing tomorrow, you know what I mean? And in 3 years' time and more on it. Like now I feel more consistent because I know exactly what I'm doing and when I'm going to be putting it out, you know what I mean? I know when I can breathe and chill because I know that's coming out, you know, in the next month. So yeah, man, it's all changed. It's
crazy. Do you know what the thing is? Like, I remember a time when people was getting your name wrong. They were calling you Lady Leshurr.
They still do, you know.
Really?
All now, Leshurr, Leshurr, you know.
That's a part.
Leisure. I've had all of them. I've had all of them under the tree.
Oh, mate.
What was the worst one? There's been a really bad one that had nothing to do with my name. Can you remember it? Leshurr.
Wow.
Where's the T's?
Listen, man, we're not co-signing any violence, but I feel like I'll be getting people by the neck or something, or pushing them over.
I just thought they were taking the literally Leshurr, you know. Where's the T's, please? Can you tell me where the T's are?
All French and all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, literally, oh man.
So, you know, the Queen's Speech 5 series has done a lot for you. It's give you like this different platform. The hits online are crazy, but I think maybe most importantly is you was able to buy your mum a house off this, right? Wowza. Definitely like top achievement so far, right?
It's a feeling I'm never gonna be able to get rid of ever. Like it's next to none. Like to know that you can secure your family, you know, of doing something that you love doing. It's just I can't explain the feeling. It's like a release. Like and I haven't even started yet. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, because I turned to music because of my mum anyway. So to start just to get my mum out of the struggle, and now 10 years down the line, I know it took a long time, but hopefully she's all right with that.
There's loads of years left in the career.
Exactly.
And if there was any doubts, if there was any like, maybe your mum was thinking like, Leshurr, is this like the right career choice? And maybe like those doubts are gone now, right?
Yeah, exactly. She did have doubts before. She just thought it was a hobby, but I think she saw how serious it was, because she saw me perform for the first time ever this year on my tour. She surprised me on Mother's Day actually, and she didn't realize how big my name was.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's screaming my lyrics. She didn't know that. She's just so under the rock. She didn't listen to anything like that. But yeah, now she's finally realized. So yeah.
So like this might be a bit of a like, and I like to ask questions. How have you found managing the new resources, the new income? Like, this is something that artists like kind of struggle with like a lot of the times, but now you've got this different type of income. How are you managing it?
You just gotta manage it wisely, I think because of how I grew up and what I've seen, and I've seen so many people make the same mistake, especially when it comes to money. It's just like you just have to do what your future self is telling you to do. So I've just been saving. I'm saving up. I'm trying to put it into things that are gonna get me money back. That's the main thing, innit? Investing in yourself. Majority of it's for my mum anyway, and just securing everyone in my family. But yeah, like I'm gonna be doing my own line and my own clothing line. I'm just gonna put it into things that that I believe in. You know what I mean?
Not blowing money fast, definitely stacking.
No, I don't think, because I'm not the type to buy like a Gucci belt and stuff like that. Even though I've been in the Gucci shopping when I've been in the airport and that, and I'm just like, right, that's all right, it's nice. But it's never gassed me to be like, yeah, let me buy this and post it up on Instagram and let me get two likes. I've never wanted to just get things because of that, and that's what most people do it for. So those are the people that end up broke, because they're only doing it to impress everyone else. I'm doing it to impress myself and my family. That's why you'll see me in a Topshop coat or some Primark jeans. These ain't Primark, by the way, but in general I won't wear what I people would think I'm wearing, because I'm not. This was £10 as well. Don't be fooled, because it's got bling bling. If it looks nice, wear it, innit?
Straight up.
You know what I mean? Just wear it.
Own the swag. Now, one thing I have to say, definitely international Leshurr, because I follow you on Snapchat and I see that you're always staying in some hotel. You're always around in different places. I see you spend a lot of time in America.
Yeah.
So what is going on over there? Is there an international romance going on, or is there like a particular producer that you're working with? What's happening over there?
Well, I didn't want to say, but I might be dating Lil Wayne. No, I'm not joking. I'm just basically just working on the album, innit? Queen of the Scene. It's
so that's your creative space over there.
Yeah, basically I'm just there for shows. If it's not a show, then it's definitely studio. I'm never there for anything else. Unfortunately, I wish I had a bay over there, but I don't. But yeah.
Straight up, man. Like, I definitely see you in a hotel and solo a lot as well. You seem like you definitely in your hotel room training a lot as well.
You think I train?
I see you training.
Oh, that when I'm doing them two little stretches and that. Yeah, I try. I do try to get.
Or is it in the sauna?
Sauna.
Yeah, I see.
Have you got me on Snapchat?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to calm down on Snapchat, because I didn't know you had me on Snapchat. It's so awkward when I meet certain people that I know follow me on Snapchat, or they'll be like, "Oh, I follow you on Snapchat," and I'm like, because the things I post on there is
that's
wild.
how you know that you've got a million people that are looking, because like when you can see the names.
Yeah,
but you got many, you can't see the names.
I can't see the names, man.
Damn.
Literally.
Do you ever look at the names, or is it just like scrolling so much?
I do actually try to see the names, but it don't go all the way, so you can only see a few.
No, are you getting any Snapchats from any guys or any DMs, or is there anything like that happening? How's your DM game going?
My DM game is very strong, but there's some guys that
what are you doing the DMing, or are you receiving the DM?
Sometimes I'm also through your DM and that. But I don't do it to be like, hey babes, if I see someone that's cute, I'm like, oh, you're beautiful, or you cute, Yeah,
you're
buff.
up.
Yeah, I just gotta keep it real. And sometimes they think that that's the next step to So what are you doing tonight? Because that's where it goes from A to Z, basically. What are you doing tonight?
to
Just because I
100.
gave you a compliment, but it's not that deep. But yeah, like some guys send
A lot of
pics in,
things. Yeah, wow.
and it's just like it's
Damn,
not
homie.
attractive. Don't do it.
Crazy.
Please don't do it. I don't like it. I physically don't like it. Imagine you're going to show you, mom, have a look at this Snapchat, and he just pops up and
Wowza.
nah, man, no
Did
way.
that actually happen?
Nah, it didn't. But imagine, I don't know, if I'm just going through my DMs or my niece is on my phone, she's messing about. It's things like that.
That's mad.
I don't like it.
Now, I have to say, I've seen you perform a lot of times over the years. I've known you for a little while. I feel like I've seen you grow and evolve. Now, I saw you performing, I think a couple months ago at a big UK festival. And I was already kind of thinking this, but I said to myself, Leshurr is on track to be one of the greatest UK females we've ever seen.
Right.
This is what I believe. And like, I saw you performing on that stage. I said, just wow, like the interaction, the catalog, the way you perform. I can see where you're going. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so much left in the tank. Like, how do you feel about that? Because I know a few people are kind of playing with that idea that they feel like you've got a great future and this is your time.
Yeah. It's a lot of pressure, I ain't gonna lie, when people are like, oh, it's your turn, or everyone's just looking at you. It is a lot of pressure, but I've got to just keep doing what I've been doing to get me here, you know what I mean? But as far as like the performing and stuff like that, I'm glad you see that. I'm glad I've got that response from you, because I feel that you could be an amazing rapper, but you can't perform, or you don't interact with the crowd. There's always one thing that is not right, and that's one thing I've always worked on. I've always loved performing. I'm more passionate performing than rapping sometimes, because it's like I get to see them rap to me. I get to see what song is making people go crazy, you know what I mean? And it's just it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing, and I'm glad that you actually you said that, because to me, I don't think a lot of people rate me. That's what I personally think.
Really?
I don't think in the scene, I don't think a lot of musicians rate me or want to respect me or even let me know that they respect me. And it's like I have to try 10 times harder, you know what I mean? Which is good, because it makes me stay on my toes. I feel stronger, I'm more powerful, and I'll just let the music and the performances do the talking. But that's one thing that no one can chat to me when it comes to performing. Not even to burst my own bubble. Like, it's one thing that I've always wanted to be the best at being a performer. You know what I mean? So
I could tell you one thing, like some of the most successful UK artists that you would like, the most obvious ones that people will pick right now, have had to come through that adversity that you're talking about, that they feel like their peers didn't rate them or the industry didn't rate them. But to know that you're going through that means you're on the right track, I tell you that.
Yeah, it's mad. I don't know why it works like that. But at the same time, like I said, I don't really mind, but it would be nice sometimes, to get, just a little salute from people that you grew up listening to as well, and people that you're always going to be associated with because you're always at the same events and stuff like that. I feel like I'm not in that circle, if that makes sense. There's like a little circle in the scene. That's what it seems like anyway. But that's why I'm always on my own. You don't really see me with anyone.
One thing that I think people misinterpret with you is they hear the Queen Speech series, they hear Look at Her and some other tracks in your catalogue, and they hear the confidence and the bravado which is on the track, and they feel like maybe if we meet Leshurr, she's going to be this arrogant lady or stuck-up girl. And I feel like that's a misinterpretation of you a lot of the times. Do you see that? Do you see that maybe people are getting this wrong idea of what you are?
Yeah, a few people have came up to me and they're just like, wow, I didn't think you'd be like this, because your songs are all like that, and I just thought you'd be so... And I'm just like, nah, man, literally, I don't know why people think it. Look how small I am, I can't hurt a fly. But yeah, a lot of people say that, or some people misinterpret me, like with the lyrics that I say in my Queen speeches. They think I'm trying to degrade women and put them down and stuff like that, and it's not that. I'm basically just saying things that either you're thinking, or for people banter and say it's like a playground. This is, you know what I mean? It's things people can relate to, or I'm gonna get a response by. And that's it really. It's not to degrade women or men in any way, you know what I mean?
It's just bants, man.
It's just bants. It's actually just bants.
Now, at the same time, I gotta say, I really appreciate the bars. I like
Thank
the bars.
you.
They give me a lot of entertainment, and I
Thank
really
you.
do appreciate them. Now, we got the new single, "Where Are You Now?" Where Are You Now? Featuring Wiley, and one of the bars that sticks out for me in there is your boyfriend was staring me down. Now he's on my phone like, "Where are you now?"
Basically, that's not even no shade. Literally, if you've noticed, in every single Queen speech, I've talked about somebody's man, or I'll take you bae, or this and that. Reality is, as Leshurr, I would never take you bae. I'm not even that good looking like that. I know I'm not clapped. I always used to think I'm clapped in it, but to be confident, I have to have
She's
some
being
respect
humble.
in myself.
Male fan base on Smash. Yeah.
But yeah, like, I just thought, you know, to come out of the Queen speeches, because a lot of the supporters are just looking at me because of the Queen speeches, and they're all requesting, oh, when's the next one? And I got a bit like, wow, maybe I can't even release any music anymore, because if I release anything other than Queen's speech, I'm gonna like, literally, that's how I was thinking. Maybe they're gonna start seeing me as some comedian rapper. That's it. That's all we want to hear from her. So I just thought, to get out of that, I needed to do like a single where it's more Queen speechy. I'm still on the Queen speechy vibe, but you know,
It's a bit of a bridge.
it's a song this time. It's a proper song, you know, and a feature on it. So yeah. So what about that line? Did you want me to
I just
tell
felt
you
like,
who's bae?
was it someone's bae you took?
Nah, I've never done that, you know.
Oh, okay.
I'm laughing like I have that. Literally, I've never done that. I'd never do that, to be honest. I think that is so rude. How can you steal somebody's man?
It happens.
It is. It does happen. It happens on Twitter a lot. I see a lot of people tweeting it. But that's not me. Come on. That's not me.
And the next bar, like, you know, I like bars. I think we done this last time with one of the Queen speeches. You said you was on top, then you just flopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically about anybody that has had the opportunity to be successful and they've just wasted it, or they was out there and then they was gone. Like the people I grew up listening to, and I'm talking about Drew Hill, I'm talking about Jagged Edge, I'm talking about people like, when I wrote the song, that's who I was talking about, you know. I was actually talking about Cisco.
Oh, wow.
Because I read somewhere that he'd gone bankrupt. And I was thinking, rah, like, that's mad. all now I thought you'd be secure. You've got your money.
Sorted.
You've done all these albums. But yeah, it's just things like that. And any artist in the scene, really, who's just, where are you now kind of thing.
Where are you
and
now?
I got the concept from the guy from Channel U, SPD. That's the main thing, really. That's the main.
Wiley on the track as well.
Yeah, Wiley.
Damn, I felt like, you know, like we watched the video, he's wondering, is Wiley going to jump out? You know, first time I watched it, I was like, was Wiley going to be in the video? Is he going to jump out somewhere? Maybe, did you ever think to have a cartoon of Wiley or anything like that?
Yeah, we was going to do an animation, but it would have took too much time up and we had a delivery date for the video. But yeah, I had to quickly think of a skit just to throw in before his verse. Because I just didn't want it to be where everyone's just waiting and then he don't come and then everyone's just watching the video. Like, that's boring to me. So I had to be like, where are you now? Like, it all coincides with the whole concept.
The concept.
Yeah.
Ever since Piper, I don't know, man, them in jail, doing 5, doing 10, doing 15, and I know lifers.